Thank you for joining me today. I hope that this super juicy, loving on your hips yin yoga practice is the solution to all of your tightness, helps you feel like $1,000,000 and a completely new person. You don't have to have a yoga mat to practice. You can certainly just practice right on your carpet, or you can do a towel. If you're on a hardwood floor like mine, I definitely recommend padding up so you feel comfy, and you don't have to wear workout clothes. You can just wear anything that makes you feel really good, especially keeps you warm and cozy, so you're really wanting to stay in these wonderful postures for a while. I'm asking that you have a blanket, or I also have some pillows nearby. Those are my choice of props today. You can certainly do it with yoga blocks or books, but something soft is usually a bit more comfy. So have those things ready. Grab your water if you like to take breaks and drink. If you'd like to have a playlist playing, go ahead and do that now. And when you're ready, you're gonna join me on your shins. I'm gonna show you from the side and then I'll turn back to you. As we make our way back to wherever we are going to feel really comfy today, within reach is 1 or 2 pillows and your blanket. We're sitting on our shins to kneel, and completely up to you for the first posture, whether you want to tuck your toes. So we would be in toes pose. When I tuck my toes, I have to get the little pinky guy under. So kind of do that. Get cozy, walk your knees forward if your feet are used to this and you love this bottom of foot stretch. Otherwise, simply resting on shins and tops of feet. And we're arriving to our practice now. So we're just checking in, unclenching our jaws and our facial muscles. Feeling our heart open to receive all the feel-good benefits of your yin yoga practice. Feeling your chest crack open, your shoulders fall back. Right now, just move any way that feels like it could relieve some tension and welcome your body into its practice. One more big belly breath in. Even if you're feeling your breath just at the tip of your nostrils or in your throat, that's good. Just be aware of where you're feeling it and let go of anything that's not serving. Hands are coming back to floor. And if your toes were tucked, feel free to untuck them anytime. Or we can keep them tucked, fingertips, fists, or if you need a prop to reach the floor, is behind you just so you can lift your chest. Ease your knees more forward and settle in for a minute. Fists for wrists are really nice to keep you strong. Let's open the front body. Now you're welcome to let your head hang back if that feels good for your throat and your neck. When we get into our yin postures, we do want to allow ourselves to let go into a place where we can find stillness. Soften your elbows behind you. Let's take 2 more big breaths in here. We're not long in this posture. And on your next exhalation, tuck your chin to your chest if you let your head fall back. Walk back up to fingertips if you were on fists, and sweep your body forward. Bring your body all the way forward to let your toes go if you were in toes pose. And if you were, gently tap the tops of your feet to your mat. Oh, just reawaken them. Feel all that good energy? We're coming right back where we were, but we have to have toes untucked for this one. Fingertips back, fists back, built up or on the floor. And once you arrive, you're going to lift your knees. Okay, let's lift our knees and get a stretch for the front of our ankles. All in through the quads. Opening your chest, feeling free to look all the way up or behind you if that feels great. Let's see if we can't chase the belly button with our breath. So we're going to try to send it all the way down to our navel, inflating as if we have a big balloon in our bellies. Last big breath in here. And if your neck dropped back, please close your chin to your chest. Walk up to fingertips. Slide your hands forward. And once again, let's just release that tension. So you're doing whatever feels really good. Might tap the tops of feet again, or we may spin both toes to the left side. Look out over that left shoulder. And same thing to the right side. Look out over your right shoulder. Coming back to kneeling again, but this time it's a gentle kneel. Hands come to knees or somewhere on your thighs for a rolling cat-cow. Let's breathe all the air out of our bodies first. And then on an inhalation, grip the knees to pull navel forward, shoulders back, tailbone back, head back. Press down into thighs to roll into cat, like an angry, scary cat with all of his hair standing on his back. Pull forward on your next in-breath to cow. Exhale back to cat. Move as slowly as it feels good. Seeing if there's a way to explore more, open more. Unclenching jaws and releasing facial muscles. And when we find a new place in our bodies that opened up, let's try to flood it with breath. Just saturate it with good, oxygenated, energized breath. One more round here. And then feel free if you ever want to pause, stay, move around a little bit through the neck, through the shoulders. Doesn't have to be linear. We can move in 360 degrees. When you're ready, come on back and let's find our first passive yin posture. Rolling back to buns. Lean back with your hands so that you can just unfold your legs and bring soles of feet together. Now that could look like a diamond, or I could have heels close to buns, whatever feels best. Allowing the inner soles and arches to open like you're gonna read a really good new book. Wiggle around a bit through your buns so your sits bones feel grounded, or feel free to gently grab that skin and just really softly move it away from your sits bones. Okay, butterfly pose. This may be where you love to stay today. You can lift up and fold down, but there are infinite options. If you feel that you need support, we want to feel heavy and relaxed here. Any amount of props under our knees, any amount of props under our buns so that we feel that we have a really relaxed, neutral back. And alternatively, some of you may like to prop up your heels. If it's your first time doing a yin practice and you're really not sure, just kind of try all three. If you're a yin pro and you've done a ton of it, try all three, because today in this very moment is very different than the last time you practiced. You need to check in and see where your body is today. Last options for you. Props under bellies, underarms, and under heads. When you get really cozy, we're going to spend a few minutes here with some beautiful, slow breaths. If your arms are outstretched, it's always nice to turn your palms up. Allow your shoulders to turn out and soften. And as this is known as butterfly pose or posture, I'd like to share with you a little yin sight for the butterfly. Today, a caterpillar, tomorrow, a butterfly. The butterfly is often recognized as a symbol of transformation. If you watch a butterfly emerge from its cocoon, you may notice the tiny hole that's initially made. The butterflies struggle to get out of the cocoon. Butterfly becomes tired and they may get still. appearing to have completely given up. This tight-fitting cocoon and the effort the butterfly is forced to make in order to squeeze out of that small opening is nature's way of training the butterfly to be strong. A quote by Janet S. Dickens: "The wings of transformation are born out of patience and struggle." Such a beautiful way to think about our butterfly pose in yin, how we're transforming our wonderful bodies. Just a few more breaths in here. If surrender is taking over, feel free to drop your chin to your chest. Let your head hang heavy. And on your next exhalation, let's slowly re-rise, removing our props out of the way so we have plenty of space to do whatever the spirit is moving us to do. So I always feel that my body wants me to lean back. Your knees may need a little help closing. My body likes me to lean back and kind of windshield wipe, but that's a personal preference. So do whatever naturally occurs as a way to relieve yourself. And then just kind of check in too. Just maybe sit with it for a second and see what feels different. When you're ready, we're making our way around to twisting dragon posture. So we definitely may want something cozy underneath our feet, underneath our knees. Excuse me. Make your way on around to tabletop. And then have your cozy thing nearby, stepping forward with your right leg, shift all of your weight forward and back, just kind of easing in to this wide lunge. Both hands are inside your right big toes. So this is where you may want something cozy. If your back knee needs a little help, it's just feeling uncomfortable, prop up on something soft. Alternatively, you may want to walk your back leg out a little more. If it's right on top of the kneecap, in close, it can be painful. We want to get it more towards the top where there's that padded area of some skin and flesh. All right, welcome the dragon. So we're here, but we're going to twist our dragons today. Right hand is coming on the knee and our left hand is out as far as it feels really good and supportive. Trying to open our chest. So we're opening, eye gaze up towards the right. And as we're letting our right knees fall out, we want to be really aware of the ankle here. We don't want it to look like a banana, so it's really strong underneath the knee, but the foot can open out as long as the ankle, and we're feeling the stretch is left to right, all the way up the side of our legs. When you get to where you're going, let's take a moment here. Big breaths in. And then once again, do what feels necessary. So if you might feel great with your arms down in your twisted dragon on something soft, please use it. Breathing up and under the pelvic bowl. Feeling your breath coming in like a hammock, supporting all of your internal organs, comforting you, giving you like a big hug from the bottom up. unclench your jaw. When we get into the thick of these poses, hanging on for a few minutes, it's really nice to check back in with anything that we may have tightened that we could stand to release, always in the facial muscles. Try to regain that really deep breath all the way down through the bottom of your pelvis. If your body's letting you in, you may notice that, oh, I could sink a little deeper here. Certainly coming from hands to forearms, if that feels right for you. Just a few more breaths in. And on that last exhalation, let's really slowly make our way back up. Now there's a slew of options to get us out of here. I prefer coming back into tabletop. So I'll shift my hips back, kind of pause and half split, and then start to draw my front leg back as I walk my hands back. You may just want to swivel your back toes in and come back to kneeling where we started, giving yourself a second here. But if you're with me on tabletop, I like to swing and sway my hips because that was really big for your hips, right? Swing and sway. That right leg was forward, so it may want to come up, kind of give a few spins around both ways. Maybe a little scorpion kick to the sky, a few pulses there. And then when you're really ready, we're going to come around to the other side, moving smoothly, like you're moving through deep water. I've just switched sides here. And so my left leg is stepping forward. You may want to help it forward. We'd like to get that left ankle right under the knee, both hands inside your left big toe, and then just move for a second to ease your way in. Anything that we need to pad up the back knee. Moving back a little bit so it feels a bit more cushioned on its own. All right, who's ready? We're gonna welcome the dragon again. After you have everything that you need to support you, right hand would come out to the side. Left hand may find our knee. Strong in our ankles as the knee opens and our inner arch lifts. And then we invite our hearts up to the sky, turning eye gaze wherever we feel best. And then bringing breath all to the underside of our bodies. Remembering to get so comfy that you feel like you really could stay infinitely, at least for the next couple of minutes. Let's revisit our facial features. We can have the corners of our mouths turned up in that beautiful smile, but otherwise we're expressionless. Eyes are soft. Foreheads, brows, cheeks, and jaws, all letting go. If we felt that we had a little more to give, we may have been able to come down to our right forearm. Retwisting chest open once we fell. Just a few more breaths in this posture. I'm still here with you, Yin Yogis. Let's see if we can take our last breath in together. Maybe conjuring up some good energy, thinking I am flexible, I am strong, I am balanced, I am determined. And then as we exhale, so slowly making our way out of the posture in whatever way feels best for you right now. Might help you to shift your hips back a little bit. And then I simultaneously walk my hands, my front leg back. I might just draw it back all at once. Giving that big spin. Press your scorpion tail towards the sky. Alternatively, you may have turned your left heel in and just come forward to kneeling. But we want to just get all the things out that feel like they're not serving us. Whenever we could move free. All right, ready to try one more? We're gonna do that again with a little different. So I'm just gonna spin around here again. Your right leg is stepping back forward. And when your heel gets under your knee, you're actually gonna creep your toes forward a little bit more so that your heel is as far forward as you can get it. And then we're sinking down in the same way. So now if you see my knee, it's behind my heel. That's what we want here. Almost like you'd be coming into a full split, but we're in gecko pose. Now all of the things, yogis, anywhere you think, gosh, I could use a little something soft to prop me up is where you should be using it. So I could put it under my back knee, my back thigh, my groin, my hands, my forearms. When you're ready, we're settling in. You're welcome to drop your chin to your chest and just come into what you would probably see as a surrender posture. Just give in here. Let your head hang heavy. Let your jaw become slack. As we breathe in, bringing in rejuvenating, light, carefree, uplifting energy. We may feel that we could expel and exhale some dark tension, anything toxic that's clinging or holding on and causing us to be a bit stagnant. And our bodies may open up. We may be able to come a little lower just as before, maybe onto forearms or somewhere that feels really good. Anytime we make an adjustment, recheck in with your facial muscles that we didn't grip on and hold anything unnecessary. Let's take 3 more breaths in this posture together. And coming out of this one may be a bit trickier than when we were in our twisted dragon. So we're really gonna come back up slowly and do what feels right. So I like, again, to rock my hips back a little and start to straighten like I'm coming into half splits, and then start to walk the hands back. Shift back. Again, if you prefer to spin your back knee in and come down to kneeling in between, feel free. If you need to come to your back and swing your knees side to side, do that. But in between this one, let's do what feels right. Shifting hips left to right. Bringing our right leg up and giving it those scorpion tail pulses, or maybe just a little swim around the corner. And then circle back around the other way. All right, are you ready? I don't know if it makes it easier or harder knowing what we have in store for us. Just a couple minutes though, yogis. So back into tabletop. Left leg steps out. We may need to help it if our hips are feeling tight. So once we come forward, remembering to feel really cozy on this back knee. Walk it back a little, but then put any props, any soft things under you need. And then this left foot is going to walk all the way forward as far as it's comfy, so that our knee is now behind our ankles, and we arrive in gecko. Okay, wow. You know it. When you feel it, that's where I want you to stop. I want to push just to the edge. So we're feeling change take over. We're definitely feeling something, but it's not to the point where I'm gripping, clenching, barely hanging on. Restoring that beautiful long breath. And then remembering the supports are here if you need them, grab them. Allow your head to come into that relaxing position. It's like giving the rest of your body permission to just let go. Now these things that are in our hips, whether they're thoughts or emotions, whether they're tightnesses from what we do for a living or how we're sitting, how we're not sitting to the best of our abilities, if we've just injured ourselves some way, shape, or form, whatever's down in there, let's think about cleaning it out. Use your breath like a whirling dervish to swirl in and scoop it all up, and then just spin it right back out. If your body has said, okay, it's time, come down for your last few breaths a little lower. Every now and then you'll feel a little, whew, something, you know something just happened there. Let's finish this one with a really long, luxuriously deep and slow breath in. On that end of exhalation, start to rise back up. And then you just have to ask yourself, how could I get back in? So I like to shift my hips back. Then once I do, I walk my hands back a little. Oh, drag a little. Walk in. Alternatively, you could spin around and just kind of sit. It's your body. You decide what feels best. If we came to tabletops, a little shift of the hips really softly and slowly, since things are vulnerable after those big openings. And then maybe a poke to the sky with some rolls. And if none of that feels right, you may just choose to pause and be. Let's move on to our final posture. We're coming back into butterfly legs, but this time we're all the way down on our back. So we're in extended butterfly pose. And I'm going to show you, so you see it and you know what to do, but then if you want to cover up, since it's our final posture, you're welcome to get your blankets, your sweatshirts, anything to make you really cozy, even your eye pillows. The soles of our feet are together, like they were when we were seated, and anything we need under us is propping us up, okay? Then as you lie your upper body down, arms come up and overhead, and we're holding on to opposite hands, forearms or elbows for our extended butterfly pose. And this might be a wonderful time once you get comfy. Not only is it nice to be warm and cozy, but if you have something really heavy like an Afghan, placing that over your hips can help you relax. Just the weight, like a weighted blanket, is super cozy. Eye pillows are really nice to block anything out. The weight of the cushion against your eye is super soothing and relaxing. And let's spread the whole back body that's in connection with our mat as wide as possible. Seeing it like batter, your favorite cake batter, being poured into a pan and just spreading out to cover all four corners. Allowing everything to go slack, heavy with gravity. As we're slowing down and deepening our breath, let's see if we can't fill up a balloon all the way from our throats, under our collarbones, in through our chests, bellies, and down to our pelvis, watching the flow of breath, expanding, bringing it north, south, east, west, and every direction in between. Just a few more breaths in your extended butterfly pose. Remembering this posture as a symbol of transformation to become the very best versions of ourselves. And on your next breath in, start to bring some movement back into your arms and legs so that you can fall out into your favorite pose for Shavasana. Whether that be arms and legs fully extended away from your midsection, or you prefer to put your legs up the wall. Come to seated or rolling over into the fetal position, wherever you can take as much time as your schedule allows for some restoring, rejuvenating breaths. I encourage you to stay as long as possible. Thank you for practicing Yin Yoga for Hips with me today. I can't wait to see you again soon. Namaste, yogis.